Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. The Purplatypus is the name. And first of all, my hair is not crazy. You're crazy. We are playing Black Panther again today. And this is going to be my quote unquote, probably final version of the deck. There is another version going on out there that I think might be better, might be worse. It kind of depends. I'll explain why I don't like it as much myself. But without further ado, let's jump into the deck. Let's talk about each card. What is the goal of the deck? The goal of the deck is basically, it's similar to before. We got Wong, we got Black Panther. But because Black Panther is good by boosting his power in his hand, we're running things like Nakia. And we're running things like Okoye, right? Things that buff cards in your deck, things that buff cards in your hand, just good cards overall. Forge, things that give your next card stronger. And because we're running, so it's kind of like this whole package, right? Because we're running Nakia, Forge, and Okoye, it's like, all right, well, we're also playing Mr. Sinister because this summons things that have the exact same power. We're playing Brood because it summons things with the exact same power. So it's just like Black Panther isn't the only payoff in this deck for these cards, but we're also running Sarah. I think Sarah is just like an insanely powerful card in general. It allows you to play, if you play Sarah on 5, right, Black Panther only costs 4. So you could play Black Panther, Mr. Sinister, and Forge all on turn 6. Or you could do what was one of my favorites. I think it was like Forge, Brood, right? Because that'd be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you still have 3 left, so you can still play like, oh yeah. That's what I did one game. I Wonged into Forge into Brood, right? So you can Wong, Forge, Brood in the same exact turn, and then suddenly, right, these goes from 2 power each to 6 power each, so it's 18 power. With a 3-card combo, you need them in your hand at that point. But the point is, like, Sarah just lets you break the game, I feel like, in a lot of ways. You cheat so much mana. The more cards you play, the more mana you cheat. So very, very good. Also, we don't feel bad because being able to play Black Panther on turn 6 for only 4 is still really good. And then besides that, when you're running Sarah, I feel like it just makes sense to run Angela as well. Now, there might be some flexibility here. Maybe we run some additional 2-drops, some things that are a little bit more powerful as opposed to these 1-drops, because Sarah doesn't actually work with 1-drops. The minimum cost is down to 1. So 2-drops become 1-drop. So you tend to get more value out of your 2-drops versus 1-drops, but our turn 3s tend to be a little awkward if we don't draw Nakia or Okoye, right? We want to play a lot of these buffers first, and sometimes it's just nice to kind of put, like on turn 3 we draw Okoye, we might play that in a 1-drop. It's just nice to fit things into the curve. But I definitely think you could probably run something like maybe a Scorpion over a Nightcrawler. I would probably keep Ant-Man. Ant-Man is just pretty powerful. You could probably run like a Lizard. Like, that's probably reasonable. And I really want to find room for Green Goblin. Every time I play Angela, I love Green Goblin, but it's a little awkward with already having 2 3-drops that you're going to be wanting to play more than likely. But just something that's keep your mind. That might be something you want to change. Maybe one less 1-drop. Maybe replace Nightcrawler with something. So this is my version of the deck. It's been doing pretty darn well. Black Panther has not been like the all-star in this deck, even though it's a deck built around him in concept. He's really good in the deck, but he doesn't. It's not like if I don't draw him, I lose, right? That's not really what the deck is doing. This deck is like, all right, he's a good card in this deck, but there's also a lot of other good cards in the deck in general, and you could win through a series of ways, right? Brood, Mr. Sinister, stacking lanes. Angela's pretty good at winning the lanes, right? Angela with Nightcrawler, and then it's pretty easy to get her power pretty darn high. But the other version that's running around is like, instead of Sarah, and there might be a few other changes, but people are running Arnim Zola, which is my personal favorite card in the game, I'll admit. Here, this is the one you probably have. Arnim Zola, right? He destroys a random friendly card here, then you add copies of it to other locations. So Arnim Zola, you play Black Panther on 5, Arnim Zola on 6. Black Panther, when you play him, he goes from 4 to 8 if you got no boost on him. Then you Arnim Zola. Black Panther goes to the other 2 lanes. In each of those lanes, he activates again. So when you Arnim Zola him, Black Panther will activate an additional time. So it's kind of like you have a Wong, but you have a Wong in 2 other lanes in a way. So it's a very, very powerful combo, incredibly powerful, as a matter of fact. My only thing about it that I don't like is it's a bit predictable. Right now, a lot of people are doing Arnim Zola, Black Panther into Arnim Zola, so it's pretty predictable. It gets completely shut down by cheap tech cards, right? Armor shuts it down, which is why we're running armor, is to counter their stuff. Cosmo shuts it down. Even things like debris can shut it down, filling up people's board space. I found it very easy to counter if you could predict that's what they're going for. And so for the most part, I would say that I don't like the deck as much with Arnim Zola. I think that it's very good, very fun. But it's just a little too all in, I think. And you're hoping that someone doesn't interfere with you in a way that doesn't. Already, I feel like you got to watch out for Cosmos because everyone's playing Black Panther right now, right? Because it's a brand new card, everyone wants to play it. So a lot of Cosmos are just running around in general just to shut them down, right? So if they flip first on turn 5, they're trying to predict where you're going to play your Black Panther, so they could just probably Cosmo it, so you have a terrible card. So Arnim Zola is definitely like an over-the-top, super powerful version of the deck, but due to its I think its weaknesses are too big for me to want to play that version of it. But we'll see what the meta decides. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just so powerful that it doesn't matter. Maybe you can like do an Invisible Woman play. Nah, probably not. But whatever. That's gonna be it for me today, guys. Much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. If you like the video, please like it. It means a lot. It just means a lot. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Nakia is so like the Forge is so much better than a lot of these cards because Forge lets you do exactly what you want when you want. But like Nakia and shit is so fucking awkward. We're gonna play like this is what's weird, right? Next turn we kind of want to play Nakia, but we kind of have to wait till we get. I mean, that's why I'm playing Sarah because Sarah makes everything more consistent. But maybe just playing Arnim Zola on your Black Panther is just better. If we flip, we have a 50% chance to fuck them up here. Yeah, but let's just take the 100% chance to fuck them up. So we play Wong. Morning, what's up, Adam? How you doing, friend? We play Nikita Forge. Okay. We could have played it there to get another effect out of it. I think we snap. I mean, unless they Shang-Chi us, we easily win. And if they Shang-Chi us, they probably lose still. Pretty good. Looks like Black Panther has a cool ability. I've seen a lot of folks using them with Arnim Zola. Yeah, Arnim Zola kind of makes them busted, it feels like, actually. Way stronger than I was expecting. He's Arnim Zola. The fact that he goes to a different lane and then he activates his ability again means I should probably just be using when I said 5, for some reason in my mind I got Brood and Mr. Sinister mixed up, and even though I know we had 5, I was like, all right, we'll go up to 20 by adding this Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister only added 10, not 15. So that's just a dumb adding mistake. I did their math right. I did my math wrong. So there was no way to win there. But even though we had, because we're actually higher than we should have been from my initial calculation. When a card moves here, hey, buddy. I was gonna use that. I don't think we forged Black Panther. I think to keep our hand doing stuff, we play Forge into, I don't know, Brood. Hey, that's pretty nice. Thank you. You didn't have to wait for me. But if we play it as our Mr. Sinister, we can also just play Okoye here. Probably a little bit. It might be a little bit weaker. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a little bit weaker because we get less of the effect out of the Forge. But then we get to play Okoye here instead, which will make Angela stronger. Because we're not going to be able to play our 5-drops. Our deck is built around 5-drops, by the way. So not being able to play them on turn 5 is pretty brutal for us. To be honest, though, this might be the most ideal situation. But if we're going to do that, we might as well do this, right? Just to get a little more juice out of the Angela. But it means this lane is capped out. Oh, man. Storm sucks. I was really planning on that moving stuff. If Cosmo's a good inclusion, probably. But it also stops R. Hey, they retreated. Go us. And we also, the final turn, I hadn't planned the Angela lane, which would have probably won it. That might be the most embarrassing loss that I've had. Well, this morning. We won't talk about yesterday. All right, as long as we never draw that rock, we're happy. They'll never know how much Iceman screwed you. I know. That's the thing. You never find out. Why would you put... I mean, I guess putting a rock in a Grand Central is reasonable. In fact, okay. We're definitely playing the rock now. We may have played badly, but Tiva's going to save us. The game is 6 turns long. Turn 1, I'm like, all right, misplay. All right, never mind. They got me. That's pretty frustrating. Maybe we just play Brood, and but then they Jessica Jones there, then they just easily win it. I don't know. If they Jessica Jones there, we would have lost it, and then not had a Wong also. Cosmo would have... they would have lost that lane. Is Sarah more important than playing Nightcrawler? I know we get a free card here, but I don't know if we even care. Yeah, we do. Well, maybe we just play Sarah here then. I don't want Black Panther to go there. That's pretty bad. The good thing about Rogue is that I don't have it. I mean, do we win? Probably not, but whatever. Who knows if they could use Rogue? God, Rogue is such a fucking brutal card. Awesome. I don't know what you were planning on Shang-Chi in there. But the Black Panther only doubling to 8 finally came in handy. In that one situation, we would have won even without it. But... yeah, I can see what you're going for here. Oh, Okoye looks great here with it. Attilan? Atalan? Attilan? No! Not my Ant-Man. Make them all stronger. Oh, well, we're not winning that lane. We're gonna redraw the Mr. Sinister so we don't feel bad doing this. Bishop. You're still doing your dailies in COTC, but the rest of time is Snap. I haven't even opened COTC since the last time I like made a video. But that's fine. This has got to be the play. And then you play Snap while you wait for DoorDashes. God, that sounds so good. I'm excited to have a day off tomorrow. Not only is tomorrow a day off, but God of War is out. I'm not playing any Snap tomorrow. I might play Snap tomorrow. Okay, let me take that back. But I'm definitely playing God of War. All right, we're not gonna beat Angela here, right? You have to limit yourself to 5 games at once, or else I go insane. That's why I'm playing Snap, and now I haven't played any. I played a little bit of The Last Spell on Steam. It's been very fun. I've enjoyed it, but I'm definitely gonna stick to something else. Or I'm gonna play God of War now. Why would you Rocket Raccoon there? I mean, I don't judge much. This seems okay. Seems okay. Doesn't seem super strong, but it seems okay. That didn't feel like we always win, but that did feel like pretty strong. $32, we're climbing. In 4 weeks, that's 30 days, right? I mean, 28 days. 7, 14, 28. So how many ranks do we need to climb a day to reach infinite? 3 ranks a day? Something like that? Add a random card to each player's hand. 1 Ghost Rider, please. Don't hit the Angela. That's fine. The Forge is fine. This is my first fancy card. Look at that. Ooh. Ah. Angela is still good later. Angela is still good later. Like, turn 3, Angela Ant-Man is, like, pretty reasonable, I feel like. Wong is looking pretty good there. Don't we get Sarah? Okay. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was definitely a high roll on our part. All the other ones would have been worse. Well, I guess Ghost Rider wouldn't have done anything. We're playing Wong there because it makes Forge absolutely disgusting and Sarah's absolutely disgusting. Why would you play her? Oh no, they're gonna have Enchantress us, aren't they? Well, we gotta. Sarah. We're gonna play around Enchantress. Now we should have played Sarah there. Why would they play Typhoid Mary in an ongoing lane when their ongoing is a negative effect? I don't know, but whatever they did. Make it nice and big. They did Enchantress. Just a turn later. Like, it just is kind of weird. It's I don't know. I guess it was just a weird combination of plays, but I guess it makes sense to do it in that order for them. I don't like Ant-Man that much. We're not gonna up that. You're excited for the new Pokemon next week? I don't know. Pokemon Arceus ruined Pokemon for me because like Arceus was so much more fun than any Pokemon game that's come out in the last decade that it's like now they're going back to a normal Pokemon game. I'm like, fuck you, I don't want it. Pokemon also is the perfect balance for me. Like I played every Pokemon, almost nearly every Pokemon since they came out originally when I was 4 years old, right? All 25 years or 26 years of Pokemon. So I played a lot of Pokemon. But also, we'll wait to see if we get Angela. It's the perfectly bad balance of too simple for an adult to like too casual and simple for an adult to have fun because the games are very easy, while also being way too hard and complex and grindy at the top end for people that want to take it way too seriously. It's like the perfectly wrong combination of these things. Getting a Captain Marvel's pretty sick though. Just worse than Vision, but also insanely way better than Vision. Hmm. I had the first American Pokemon website ever made on GeoCities, but I defeated it by making a Diablo 2 guild site. You had the first American Pokemon website ever made. I don't know what GeoCities is. I read a short blurb in a Smithsonian magazine about pocket monsters stole all the graphics from the Japanese site. You can't prove it now? Then you're a liar and a thief. I like that diagonal thing there. We got some chonky boys here. I mean, we're just going to Forge Brood, right? We're probably not even playing Angela. Do they Onslaught next turn? Does Onslaught even matter, though? Whoa, buddy. Wong Forge Brood? Will it work? I think so. Let's snap. We got him. So you made a Pokemon website or something? It is Onslaught. Not strong enough to win the right lane. Let's go, punk. Never doubt Sarah. What, you didn't expect Wong into Forge into Brood on turn 6? That's only 9 mana. I know the stream hasn't been very long, and I'm probably just not going to do that long of a stream. But that's just because I got you know, YouTube videos to make or whatever. We'll play Okoye. Okoye over Angela, I think, almost every time. Especially if you have a 1-drop. Well, they have Enchantress. Enchantress removes ongoing, though. So it does hurt Wong, but he's our only ongoing card, so it's not, like, terrible. Adelan's actually pretty good for us because of we have Okoye anyway. I really want to play Wong in the middle. We'll play Wong over here. Maybe they didn't draw their Enchantress again. Okay. Don't Black Panther and Arnim Zola. Do you understand? If you Arnim Zola, you might just lose. Are you really willing to gamble that much on fucking nothing? Shit. Undo all actions. This is 4, 5, 6. I could play Nikita. Yeah, this is worse. I could play Forge. You know what? Let's do it like this. Odd. Got him. Got him. We actually won all 3 lanes.